You probably don't think of yourself as a lucky individual, but if you're watching this, you most probably are. If you're living in a developed nation and you've never had to worry about food, education, or shelter, then you've probably had the upper hand against the huge amount of people that live on this planet. Many of us who seem to have it all are in a state of unhappiness, or are searching for it. The word happiness is such a broad term and covers so many different areas, but some I wish to uncover within this video. Some may whittle down happiness to an emotional response, or to an outcome. If I win, I'll be happy. If I make more money, I'll be happy. If I lose weight, I'll be happy. If I find the right person, I'll be happy. But then if you don't, then you won't be happy. It's an if-then cause effect that we cannot sustain, because every time we obtain something like this, we're going to raise the bar higher, which is something that I'm going to explain later on in the video. We also use measures of success, wealth, appearance, and status that we so often judge and are judged by. This is the standard that will make us happy. It's an enormously dangerous assumption. Perhaps the most important thing we can examine is what we want and why we want it. Socrates said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." If we don't examine these key concepts, we fall into the assumptions that are highly influenced by the media, our peers, social media, and the world. Happiness, as we all know it, can come in waves. You're not sure when it's going to happen, but you hope it will be soon. And like a wave, you want that feeling to come back again, and again. This subject was inspired by a podcast I listened to called The Diary of a CEO, hosted by Stephen Bartlett. He talks about the feeling of the perks he has in life. He's had a quite successful career to date, and he goes on to mention these perks or luxuries he experiences frequently don't give him any joy or happiness. That's when he mentioned the theory of the hedonic treadmill.
It's about the sort of real human psychology behind this thing called hedonistic adaptation, which is our pursuit to attain new things. Then when we get them, we get bored, so we have to go after something bigger, better, and shinier, and then we get that and get bored, and then we just continue doing that. And you never ever reach an end point. It's a constant battle, like with heroin addict, to beat the next sort of rush.
So taking this theory into account with some classic examples, let's say you get married, you move into a new house or get a new position. Over time, you're likely to return to a set point of happiness. Even if you reach a new height, this will no longer suffice as you become more accustomed to it. You could be that person living a fairly comfortable lifestyle, but because you're experiencing the hedonic treadmill of these luxuries and comforts, it's actually the cause of your unhappiness. It's the same reason statistically that lottery winners don't feel any happier months or years after winning the lottery. Or when you get a job promotion, after a few months later, you're realizing all the things that you did actually hate about the job. My experience with happiness has been a turbulent one, and historically has come down to two factors: worry and comparison. I used to be an internal worrier. Outside, I would display I was okay, but internally, I was a worrier. I'd worry about everything, worry to the point of inaction, which gladly now I could say that I've overcome. I'd also suffer from comparison. Comparison is one of those weird things, especially in this day and age when everyone's living their life online. We get caught up in the effort to look good to others, and actually it's become the reality to many. How can I make more money? What's the prestigious area I could live in? Or what's the most expensive car that I can buy? We compare what we own with what others own, and this type of comparison can be irresistible at times. But this only leads to two feelings: jealousy and envy, both which lead to unhappiness. And this type of comparison combined with the hedonic treadmill was probably my downfall in my early 20s. I had managed to reach a point where I had got a job that I had dreamed of getting. And I had a target, a goal. Slowly down the line, I would achieve a small part of that goal, and I'd feel a bit happy. Then I'll achieve a larger part of that goal, and I'd feel happiness again. I was able to buy and do things I couldn't do before. And yes, the happiness struck, but it quickly depleted like a rundown battery. It was like I was living off borrowed happiness. I'd work hard, achieve something, and then I'd feel right down again. Can you remember the last time you was dreaming of buying a new car, or promotion, or getting that house that you've always wanted? Do you remember fantasizing about how happy you would feel? And if you attained those things, did the happiness last? So if people become more accustomed to what they have and they don't see anything positive that happens to them, then how can they become more happier? I'm quite fond of going to restaurants fairly often, to the point where it's quite normal for me. So what I'm going to do is limit these comforts to maybe once a month. So when I do go, I can savor the moment and appreciate it more. This appreciation I've also realised with this whole quarantine. We wasn't able to go to the gym, and I never realised how much I appreciated going to the gym, staying fit, and the people that are in there, the camaraderie. We all had a common goal of staying fit. The quarantine has inadvertently made me go down to a neutral sort of feeling and have an appreciation and gratitude for other areas, not just for the gym. And it's this word gratitude that I want to focus on. If we can have more of an emphasis on having a sense of gratitude of what we have, I feel like we can all be more happier. If we continue to demand outcomes from our happiness, it's results reliant. If happiness is what you're after, you're going to be unhappy and let down most of the time. And now that you know what the hedonic treadmill is, you can be more aware of it. You could be more aware of the things that you are chasing. It also questions why you want particular things. And there should be a meaning to those wants to justify them. Anyways guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please smash the like button. Comment below if you have any suggestions or if you just want to say hello. And I'll see you guys in another one. Bye bye.